Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm cracking a pack. Today is pack number 9 in Magic the Gathering Hour of Devastation Bundle Bingo. Check out my preview video for the explanation on how this bundle bingo will work. I've added a link to the preview video in the description below. So I am down to my final 2 packs in bundle bingo, packs 9 and 10. We've gotten bingo already. Hopefully we can get bingo again with either a Supreme Will or a Torment of Hailfire. It's looking pretty rough to be able to get blackout, but we'll give it a try. So as I go along and open the pack, I'm not going to spend too much time on the commons, maybe just kind of memories from like the limited format, draft sealed. Spend a little bit more time on the uncommons. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, and get started. All right, first card is Active Heroism. 2 mana, 1 and a white. It's an instant untap target creature. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn and can block an additional creature this turn. I liked Active Heroism quite a bit as a combat trick in the limited format. There was a lot of exerting of creatures in both Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation. So being able to attack in, exert the creature, then untap it, give it this bonus was pretty cool. It was also really nifty on defense as well, where you might have attacked in with all your creatures. They think, oh, I can't block. Play Active Heroism, untap a bigger creature, block, kill off one of the opponent's creatures. Next, it's Puncturing Blow. It's 4 mana, 2 and 2 red. Sorcery, Puncturing Blow deals 5 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. I think this was a little bit of a trap card. It looks really cool in the limited format. 4 mana was a lot, and usually you wanted to be using your 4 mana to play a creature. With that being said, 5 damage to a target creature was pretty good, and to exile it was even better. Spellweaver Eternal, 2 mana, 1 and a blue, Zombie Naga Wizard. It's a 2/1. It has Prowess and a Fleck 2. In previous, openings or cracking packs, we've talked about Spellweaver Eternal. Pretty good card. A Fleck 2 is awesome. Really hard to deal with. You're taking 2 damage either way. If there was a non-creature spell or a pump spell, Prowess was going to put it over the top. Chances are you lose your blocker and you were taking 2. Torment of Venom, 4 mana, 2 and 2 black. It's an instant. You put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. Its controller loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices another non-land permanent or discards a card. This is another instant that I liked in the limited format. Typically, it was killing off a creature or it was substantially weakening a creature, and more often than not, you're either going to get 3 damage because sacrificing a non-land permanent or discarding a card was a little rough in the Amonkhet Hour of Devastation format. So Torment of Venom was pretty cool. Harrier Naga, 3 mana, 2 and a green. It's a Naga warrior at 3/3. That's it. No, there were a lot better creatures at 3 mana that you could play, and just having a vanilla 3/3 didn't do it. Thorn Moloch, 3 mana, 2 and a red. It's a lizard. It has Prowess. Thorn Moloch has first strike as long as it's attacking. It's a 2/2. This is a great creature in aggro builds. Prowess was not as tricky as you'd think in the aggro builds because you're using a lot of combat tricks, and so being able to have a 3/3 first striker or a 4/4 first striker, or if you're given a +2/+2, you had a 5/5 first striker, is pretty good stats. Without Weakness, 2 mana, 1 and a black, instant. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. It also had cycling too. This was another great combat trick. Your smaller creature, you'd give it indestructible, you'd block. If for whatever reason you didn't need it, you could pay 2 generic mana, pitch it, and grab a card. Without Weakness was a great card. Strategic Planning, 2 mana, 1 and a blue. Sorcery, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. This card I didn't really care too much for in Limited. It was way too slow. Usually on turn 2 you wanted to be playing a creature. You could dig and it would be useful. This card really took off, and I used it quite often in the standard format during the Amonkhet Hour of Devastation block, and it was really popular in the Godpharaoh's gift decks. This was a great way to get stuff into your graveyard. Maybe you put the card that you really needed, say Godpharaoh's Gift, into your hand. Strategic Planning had a lot more impact standard than it did limited. Next we have Desert of the Mindful. It's a land desert. Desert of the Mindful enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it, add 1 blue to your mana pool, or you can cycle it for 1 and a blue. I've talked quite a bit about the common desert cycle in Hour of Devastation. Great cycle. Turns 1 and 2 if you needed to play it. It's a tap land, no big deal. It probably didn't set you back that much. Later on in the game, the ability to cycle this land to get a card you needed, great. I was very, very pleased with the common cycle. Gifts of Strength, 2 mana, 1 and a green. It's an instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains reach until end of turn. Probably not as good as some of the other similarly costed cards for 2 mana, giving you +3/+3 and some ability in green. Probably my favorite one is more +2 or +3/+3 and giving trample. Is a little bit more powerful. You didn't really have to deal too much with flyers, and they really weren't killing you. You were more worried about, you know, on the ground combat. +3/+3 for 2 mana isn't bad. It's not a Gift of Strength, or sorry, it's not Giant Growth, but in a pinch it can help. Our first uncommon is Stuart of Solidarity, 2 mana, 1 and a white. It's a human warrior at 2/2. You can tap it, exert Stuart of Solidarity, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance. So this was a pretty good card. I used it quite a bit in limited. In aggressive formats, it was worked pretty well. You tap it, you create another warrior. You know, you have to take a turn off, but if you had some sort of trick that would untap it, you could tap it again, and it could give you a steady stream of either blockers or attackers if you're going wide. I played with Stuart of Solidarity, and I liked it quite a bit. Next we have Unraveling Mummy, 3 mana, 1 generic, 1 white, 1 black. It's a zombie. It's a 2/3. You can pay 1 on a white, target attacking zombie gains lifelink until end of turn, or you can pay 1 on a black, target attacking zombie gains death touch until end of turn. I really wanted to like Unraveling Mummy. Unfortunately, Hour of Devastation got even faster and more aggressive than the Amonkhet limited format, and so white-black zombies just didn't have a place. And it also gets outclassed by other zombies in the Hour of Devastation kind of Amonkhet block. You know, there's Lord of a Curse that was 3 mana. There is a black-white zombie that had kind of a drain effect, and so Unraveling Mummy just didn't have as much punch when it came to going into the standard build or even in the limited format. Our final uncommon is Dune Diviner. It's 3 mana, 2 and a green. It's a Naga Cleric at 2/3. You can pay 1 generic mana, tap an untapped desert you control, you gain 1 life. No, I tried this at one point. You're essentially paying 2 mana, a generic mana, and then a desert to get 1 life. Sure, you could do it on your opponent's turn, but it was basically taking, in a green strategy, it was taking 1 of your attackers out and 2 of your lands out in order just to gain 1 life. Nope, did not like Dune Diviner. Okay, well, we get a really cool card, so we can mark off more of the squares. Will we get a Torment of Hellfire, a Solemnity, or one of the Hour of Devastation gods? Let's take a look and see what we have. We have Mirage Amir, which isn't too bad of a card at all. It's 3 generic mana. It's an artifact. You can pay 2 generic mana. Mirage Amir becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. So a pretty cool ability. Mirage Amir was a card I have never been able to play. I wasn't able to get it in our draft format when we did our booster box draft with myself and 3 of my friends, the play group. But Mirage Amir was definitely a card that I wanted to play. Even when the set came out, Mirage Amir was a little bit more expensive than I wanted to spend on cards, and I typically don't spend much money buying singles. And so being able to get it in this pack is really cool. It's about a $4.50, $5 card. So Mirage Amir is a pretty cool pull in getting it out of this bundle. And then we have an island and a warrior token. So best card out of the set, or my favorite card out of the set, is going to be Mirage Amir. In the draft that we did with myself and my 3 friends, the play group, one of my friends got Mirage Amir and did a lot of work with it. I think the utility of 2 generic mana to be able to make it a copy of another artifact, a creature, an enchantment, or even a land on the battlefield was really, really awesome. And so I saw Mirage Amir do a lot of work, and it has a lot of different utility. Really, for 3 mana, coming down and then being able to copy some of the best non-land permanents on the battlefield, which is either non-land permanents on my side or the opponent's side, is a great ability. So definitely Mirage Amir is my favorite card or best card of the pack. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Take some time to tell me in the comment section what was your favorite or best card out of the pack. Until next time, when I'm back to crack the next pack in the Magic the Gathering Hour of Devastation Bundle Bingo.